welcome to Inside the Disney Vault. This is the podcast where we went through all the Disney animated features, then all the Pixar movies, and now we're going through the DCOMs. I am Claire.
I'm Oscar.
And I'm Rachel.
And we were just walking along here in the vault, and among all these cool, interesting things, we found a very cool, interesting person. Mm-hmm. He's a comedian. He's a musician. It's Zach Olson. Zach, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Zach.
Wow. What a place to find you. What does everyone see in this area?
Oh, yeah. Hello, by the way. I just wanted to.
Oh, we're getting a nice little salute.
Oh, right.
Salute.
Yes.
Salute.
Of course, a salute.
Yeah. I saw these cookies.
Oh, you saw. I also saw food. I saw some soft serve that looked very liquidy.
Ooh, looks like poop.
Yeah, dog poop, I think it was referred to as, or something like that. I see a foosball table.
Oh,
yes, one that may or may not have been installed specifically for this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so obvious what we're talking about, right? We are talking.
Well, what did Zach see?
Rachel, wait. Really,
Yes.
Zach? Zach. Oh, sorry. I got thrown off by
No,
the.
it's fine.
I got thrown off by
you're
the.
seasick.
salute.
You're seasick.
Yeah. Claire's a little seasick today.
I
It's
am.
okay.
I'm so sorry.
If you look over here, I have like a stack of like hundreds of caricatures that were done in like 1 day.
Yes.
That's amazing.
The iconic caricature.
So that will be the thing to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we are talking about
Tiger
Cruise. I confused the salute with something you saw,
yeah.
but we got a twofer.
We
so
were,
that
yeah,
was,
no, we were just saying hello.
Yeah, so that's I apologize for that.
I apologize.
So
Yes, always have to apologize.
What a rocky start.
what a motion of the ocean.
Yes.
We should never forget that.
Oh my god. Well, so let's talk about some smart housekeeping about Tiger Cruise. So Tiger Cruise was from 2004. It is the 54th Disney Channel original movie. I know we haven't recapped in a while, but we've covered 54 of these.
It's almost like we've done this for a year.
Yes.
Quite, yeah. A little over a year, I want to say.
Yeah.
So it was originally released on August 6th, 2004. Written by Anna Sandor and Bruce Graham, directed by Dwayne Dunham, who is, I don't remember which movie, but definitely has directed another one. Theme music by Stephen Bramson. And it was inspired by, it was fictional events that are intertwined with the real life events of September 11th, 2001. So just in case anybody's listening to this, there is a warning that that's what this is about.
Inspired by, yeah.
And so the USS Constellation was, as depicted, actually returning from her 2001 Western Pacific deployment with tigers on board, which is a real thing, a Tiger Cruise. So
Right.
there you
And
have
for
it.
those of us who don't know what a tiger is exactly, could you define what that is?
I
mean, I know it's a big feline with stripes, but...
So a tiger is almost always a family member who is invited by a sailor to sail with them from the final part of a call on a long deployment to home port. The Navy describes the purpose of a tiger cruise officially as an occasional embarkation of family members of naval personnel as intended to contribute to good morale and instill service members a sense of pride in the Navy and their ships, and enhances public understanding of Navy and increases community awareness.
So it's like take your daughter to work day. But they specifically say in the movie that you can't bring spouses because then there'd just be a lot of doinking on board. Am I right? Is that what that's kind of what they implied, right?
Can someone explain what a Tiger King is now?
Tiger King.
It's the winner
different,
of the
yeah.
Tiger Cruise.
Yeah.
They do like little contests.
Yeah, and
It's the
Joe
winner.
There's a prom on
Exotic
board.
notoriously is the biggest Tiger King. He is the sibling of every naval person.
Exact, because there's always one.
Yeah.
I would say it's the Zach Olson of of the cruises.
Tiger King.
Thank you.
Tiger King.
Definitely, yeah. So our cast, we have Hayden Panettiere as Madeline Maddie Dolan.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Yeah.
Bill Pullman as Commander Gary Dolan.
I love
Bianca
it.
Collins as
President.
Tina.
Don't know who that is.
Nathaniel Lee Jr. as Anthony,
Don't know who that
Mercedes Colin as Grace,
Who?
Mahad Brooks as Kenny,
Who?
Jansen Panettiere, who's Hayden's brother, as Joey,
What?
Lisa Dean Ryan as Diane, Troy Evans as Chuck Horner,
Where?
and Ty O'Neill as Danny.
And how?
One of the guys,
Okay.
the chef boy, is in
D.
D2, the Mighty Ducks, right?
Oh,
Boyardee.
is that the one that's like Rodeo Drive?
Yeah. He's
Oh, that's why you
Right?
look familiar.
the
I think so. I think that's Ty O'Neill.
and he's also Chef Boy.
In this one,
Chef
Danny, is that
Boyardee.
the character's name? I think it was.
Danny? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone's names. Ugh.
It was a lot of
Me neither.
characters. It was a lot.
Just, it was a lot of that's Hayden, that's Bill, and those that's the
Yeah.
that's the dad, that's the chef
Yes.
boy.
Yes, that's it. My notes are something like that. It's
Yeah.
like Hayden, and then like
The
Bill,
obsessed
Billy,
girl.
Daddy Bill.
Hayden's
Obsessed
brother,
girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Hayden's brother's mom in the movie, the boy with his brother, and then the boy's brother.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Very clear. Very clear. So for all you listening, those are our characters. Yeah, that's kind of the info we got. So had you I guess I should ask this now. Had you seen this before?
Yes.
Oh, you had?
Yeah.
I had never.
Rachel has, Zach has not, Oscar,
I
no.
Has not.
No.
And I had not either. So
Yeah, I knew that when I talked about it last week that I was the only one who knew what this
Yeah.
movie was really
Yeah,
about.
'cause, I mean, if I've seen this before, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Yeah. Wait, what?
your decom work would have been done.
I was
Yeah,
just like,
you- no.
y'all, I think I'm gonna skip this one. Maybe y'all have fun without me, but I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna bench
Wait, so
myself for this
if
one.
you knew that what this movie was about, you would have said no to Inside the Disney Vault from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. If I saw
Even though-
Tiger Cruise from the very beginning, I was
No.
like, nah, I'm good, because
No.
eventually we're gonna get to Tiger Cruise. I'm gonna sit that one out. So no, thank you.
That's
But Zach, I want to ask you, what's your connection to Disney?
yeah.
What are some of your favorite Disney films? And what's your experiences with DComs? Have you seen anyone? Which ones come to mind?
Oh, okay. So first question, connection to Disney, I think was the first one. I grew up in Southern California, in Orange County, actually. So
Ooh.
very close to Disneyland. And it's a place that I got to go a few times when I was a kid and loved it. It was fantastic. And as an adult, still sometimes go. And it's
Yeah.
great. Favorite Disney movie actually was when I was a kid. I always loved Alice in Wonderland, the animated film. Just like it's out there. It's like, I just love the imagination within it. It's a fun world to be in.
Very cool.
And what was the lesson? Oh, my favorite. My experience with DComs. What is
DComs?
it?
Have you seen DComs before?
I don't
Are
know
you
what-
like a DCom
Oh, is that like
person?
is this
Disney
like
Channel
original
Okay, so that
movie.
answers
Disney
that
Channel
question.
original movie.
That
I
answers
got it.
that question.
You know what? I'm not sure I ever have. This might have been my first one, and I'm gonna.
Oh
say
my
all I
What an intro! Oh no! Oh man. Well,
Wait, you've
Wow.
never seen like High School Musical?
I never have. No.
Wow, we gotta
Frank?
fix that.
Xenon.
No.
Yeah, your job now, Zach, is to watch all of the
Wow.
DComs
You're
with
here
us.
in the vault with us.
Okay.
You're coming
all right.
along.
I
gotta
know
watch
what
them all.
movie we're watching.
So let's go into this movie. Let's talk about it. So we
Let's
open up
cruise on in.
cruise. Yeah, let's
Mhm.
deploy.
And as your
so-
resident Disney cruise expert, I will let you know how close this is to an actual Disney cruise.
Oh,
Oh, I hope
Okay.
not. I hope not a lot.
yeah. I hope not similar at all. So
You
we
never
open up.
know.
Unless there's a Tiger Cruise themed cruise.
Wow, what a crossover.
Yeah.
So we're in San Diego at the Naval Air Station, and we've got an older sis and a younger sis arguing.
Played by Jeanette McCurdy of what is that?
iCarly?
iCarly. Yeah.
That's who she. Oh my God. Yeah, she's really young there. Oh my gosh.
Who
So-
is not coming back for the reboot, just so you know.
Oops.
The Tiger Cruise reboot.
Yeah.
Can't wait for it. So we find out that Hayden / Maddie wants to go spend time with their dad, who is on a ship in Hawaii, but this is unusual. Like, she's had the chance to do this in the past, but has always been very reluctant. But this time she wants to go, and for some reason her younger sister can't go, which it's not very clear, but
I think there's only room for one on board, one per family member on board.
Wow.
Who would go from us if one of us was going to go on a tiger?
One of us?
The Tiger King has to go.
Yeah.
that would
That's
be
me.
you, Zach.
That's me.
Yeah.
You're related to everybody. But does that mean that Zach is then the only person there if they can only invite one?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's pretty
So it's a
empty
bunch of
cruise.
Navy people and Zach.
I mean, yeah.
And everyone's trying to spend time with Zach.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like The Bachelor.
It is the best.
Yes, and all the
Oh my
activities are
gosh.
dates specifically made for you. And
You know
Is it
they're
nice for you
doing-
for a minute.
They're doing a spin-off for like older people for The Bachelor, but I feel like they should do a reboot or spin-off that's just a cruise where everyone's on a cruise and I'll be the
sounds great.
host. Chris
I would
Harrison
love
is
a reality
out,
show
by the
on
way,
cruise.
so
Yeah.
I am in and I think it sounds great.
So
What
the
would you call that show?
Um,
Bachelor Cruise?
Yeah. They're not very
Hey, simple. Keep it
Bachelor,
simple.
Bachelorette,
Easy.
and
Sticks with
Paradise.
the franchise.
Yeah.
So
Bachelor
the
in Paradise.
various-
Bachelor on a boat.
There
That's
it
pretty good.
is.
Bachelor on a
Yes,
boat.
yes,
Bachelor
yes.
on a
It
boat.
says exactly what it is. It's so great.
Yeah.
There you go. The marketing is in the name.
I like
So we get various kids being dropped off on the ship, and we see them sort of traveling. So there's a kid in New York who's with his dad, and he makes it really clear that he doesn't want to go. And then we get another kid, and they also make a big point of calling the kids Tiger. They're like, "You're gonna have fun, Tiger," which is why
Yeah.
I was confused at first because I guess that's not.
You know
the
what I
same.
was confused about was in the kid who's like loves drumming.
Yeah.
He's like listening to music. Why, Anthony? Thank you, Zach. Why, when he was putting on the music that he liked, was he listening to hip hop from 1991? It sounded like.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
It was like not 2004 hip hop. Okay, we ain't got no G Unit. We ain't got no Method Man, Redman. Like, what the hell
Right, it
is
wasn't of
going
its time.
on?
He likes the
Well,
classics.
Yeah, maybe because he does seem like a music snob kid because he plays. So those kids like music from the generation before or the decade before them.
Which totally understandable, except the point was specifically that the dad was like, I don't like this young kid music.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's the kind of shit you listen to, Pop. That's the kind of shit you got down
Yeah,
with,
10
Pop.
years of difference would have been something Dad liked.
Exactly.
So,
I don't know. My mom didn't like the 90s that much.
wow. So then we meet Tina. She's saluting herself in the mirror, practicing, very overzealous about this, very excited. So we see it's September 9th and 2001, and the kids are all on a plane on their way to Pearl Harbor in Hawaii.
I think that was like the moment where we realized, wait a second.
Yeah.
Huh?
I got to be honest too. When that popped up, I was like, I was like, oh no, are they okay? But then the movie just moves on, and I forgot about it. And then later on, it's like September 10th. I was like, oh my gosh, no. And then it moves on. Yeah. And then the rest happens. But I was like,
Yeah. You're like, are they
So
going to
wait,
go there?
Zach,
No.
what movie did you expect to see?
well, I didn't. Okay, so yeah, I look up Tiger Cruise, and I'm like, okay, it's like a Navy thing. I'm like, I had no idea a movie like this existed. But when the movie's moving along, it's just like very fun, lighthearted romp sort of. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's like very lighthearted. So that was always a shocking that it moved in that direction, especially
Right.
the last final 2/3 of the movie was just totally different.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. The Disney Plus description of it was very funny to me.
Apparently, this movie had to be played with a discretion at the beginning, but I didn't see that in the version on Disney Plus.
Nope.
Or did I?
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm sure they didn't have to. When it first aired, it was probably still very,
Mm-hmm.
But then now they're like, it's known as the.
Maybe at Disney Plus, they're like, listen,
Oh,
people who know about Tiger Cruise choose to watch Tiger Cruise.
If you're seeking it out, you know what you're getting yourself
Exactly.
into.
It says Maddie Dolan is tired of being labeled a Navy brat and decides to convince her dad to give up his military career to stay at home.
That's not what happens. That's not what happens.
That's a different movie.
So you
That's a
think
lie.
this movie is just going to be about this girl who's like, I don't want to be a Navy
Yeah.
brat.
Yeah.
But it's so
Huh.
much more than that.
I mean,
Interesting.
that
It
is
is so
like
much more.
that does happen in the movie, but that is not what I would say it's about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agreed.
So, so we find out about a tiger cruise and what it is. The kids get to the ship, which is the USS Constellation. Very, very big, huge ship. Tina's telling us all about the specs of this ship. She knows all the
She
details.
said that if you sit it on its side, it's taller than the Empire State Building.
Wow,
That's crazy to think because I feel like the Disney cruises are just as big, right? And that means that I've walked up the Empire State Building a few times.
My gosh.
that's the kind of thing that's very hard for me to just visualize because it's literally landing strip. Like you can like
Right.
airplanes are stored on. I mean that's the point of the ship, but it just there's so many things and so much space on board the ship.
I've
a
been
city.
to Midway down in San Diego, which is an aircraft carrier open to the public, and it's gigantic. And that's why I laughed a lot during this movie because everyone has no trouble finding each other. Like, constantly.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh.
how?
Yeah.
It's true.
That's very funny. On going on cruises, people get lost all the time. I've seen people walk around like the floors for the rooms and they're like, where is our room? It's just very funny seeing people. And it's
Yeah.
like, you're on the wrong floor. And it's like, oh, that's why.
It's pretty amazing. It's
yeah.
pretty amazing that they float.
You can get
Science
lost
is
on a boat
crazy.
very
is.
easily. Yeah, in New York they have what is it? They have a boat that you can go check out. I'm blanking
The
on the name.
Intrepid.
The Intrepid, yeah, and they have one of the space shuttles, the Enterprise, the one that didn't
That's
go
right.
up into space, the test one. They have that, so they have an entire space shuttle on the Intrepid.
Y'all have been on ship. I can't be on a ship. I get seasick like this.
That's why you
So-
take a little patch. You put a little patch on.
a patch.
Yeah, there's
Excuse
these
me.
these patches.
All I'm taking was Dramamine. I didn't know about these patches.
Yeah, there's
Oh, there's
tiny
like
little
the pressure point things.
Oh,
yeah,
those don't work on me.
Those don't
Those don't
work.
work on me
You get
at
the little
all.
patches. They're like little tiny things. You stick them behind your ear.
Wait, what? What do those
Yeah.
do? That's
They just
crazy.
they're kind of they're like they just give you a little.
do
I
those
don't
work
know.
on you, Rachel?
I don't get sick, but my entire family does, and they use the patches and they're fine. Though it does, I think one of the side effects is it does make you a little sleepy. But you're on a cruise, just go upstairs and sleep out under the sun. You know what I mean? Go to the spa, sleep in one of the rainforest rooms. It's great.
You spend the whole cruise just sleeping. I would do something like that.
Yeah. Go eat, wake up, go eat, go to eat, and then go sleep. Go see a
Honestly,
movie.
That
fall
seems like
asleep.
a great time.
It's the best time. Also, this in Hawaii, I've been here before because my grandpa was actually stationed at Pearl Harbor. That's where he met my grandma.
Aw.
And then when they see the memorial or whatever for the Pearl Harbor Memorial, I was like, I've been there.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she draws the picture of it.
Really nice sketch, by the way. She's
Yeah.
very talented.
She's
is
very
very
talented.
Very talented.
You know what was wild about that scene was that Tina is who's the girl that's just crazy about the Navy. She can't wait to join it. She's like ready for like kids Navy. She's like, let's make this a thing. Loves it. But then in that scene, she's like, what is Pearl Harbor? And she has like no idea. I was like,
Oh yeah. Well, she knows it as the movie, right?
yeah, she knows it's the movie. She's like, that movie?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah.
that's weird too because like they're basically using Pearl Harbor as a metaphor for 9/11, right?
Yeah.
They're like, this is our 9/11, and then she's like, well, I remember it from the movie, and they're like, you gotta remember it more than just the movie. But they're making a movie about it.
It's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's like
Yeah.
they're dissing themselves.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, if she knew about the movie Pearl Harbor, she would probably know what it was.
I
about.
know.
Right.
To watch Pearl Harbor and to just think it's a Josh Hartnett movie is crazy to me.
Yeah. Also,
It's like watching
just remember
Titanic
the
and being
kissing
like,
parts.
Kate Winslet is nice.
some people didn't know Titanic was based on a real thing.
See, you know, some
Yeah.
of these people
Brother.
are that dumb.
Because they were like,
huh?
why did they
Okay.
make them die? Why did they make them hit an iceberg? That's
Did the ship
it's
have to hit?
Tragic. Tragic.
like, yeah.
Why'd they make this story so sad?
But that just reminded me,
Oh,
the first time I saw Pearl Harbor was on a Disney cruise.
What? Oh, that's
Full
scary.
Wait,
No,
Rachel.
it's not scary.
To watch Titanic on a cruise
Not
ship?
Titanic, Pearl Harbor.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Titanic.
Yeah, no, Titanic. Oh my God, no. They would never let us do that.
So they get to the ship. The kids unite with their families. There's tons of green screen action happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
it's so bad.
God, the gall. Oh,
It's
Lord.
pretty bad, especially in this scene. You know what it reminded me
It's
was
so bad.
the room, the Tommy Wiseau masterpiece.
Yes.
The rooftop scenes where like Chris R is like beating up Denny, and the guy like the whole place is surrounded. It looked like that
Yes.
green screen. I was like, this looks so
Exactly.
bad.
Yes.
It's so
Just
because it's
no
like
budget.
Yeah.
but like parts of it are really filmed on a ship,
Right.
so
Yeah.
like it looks like in comparison, it just looks kind of silly.
I think
It
it
does,
was
yeah.
probably just too loud for them to do it there.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know, but it feels very like someone's shooting a TikTok.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So then we see Bill Pullman.
Hunky.
Yeah, baby. Hello.
The president.
And the president. President
And
Pullman.
the guy from While You Were Sleeping.
Uh-huh.
The dad from Casper.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't he the president again in 1600 Penn, that sitcom?
Yeah, right?
Maybe. They love casting him as the president
do.
or a voice of authority.
Yeah.
I-
He's
I
very
guess-
good
He's
at
like the
giving
head, one of the
speeches.
heads of this ship, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is
He's,
second in command.
he's
Yeah.
very good at giving speeches.
So what my first impression, I was like, oh, Bill Pullman's here, and then I was like, oh, he doesn't seem invested in this movie at all. But then
100%,
right.
Zach.
But then when he gives that first speech, I was like, oh, this is why they got him, because he's great at giving speeches.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't have to audition for it.
No.
They were straight up
No.
like, we saw Independence Day and
Yeah.
we need to have him.
Well, what's
Yes.
crazy is if you search Bill Pullman in the Disney Plus app, Tiger Cruise does not come up.
Whoa.
What the
It's one of the
heck?
options. So he's like, don't associate.
I mean,
me
I
with this
wouldn't blame
movie.
him. Because he seems so checked out
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
Yeah, it just
it is-
shows Newsies and While You Were Sleeping.
Oh,
Interesting.
Newsies.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it
He
is
was
true
in
because when he
Newsies,
starts
too.
those speeches, I believe him. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is great. This
Yeah.
is a great speech. It's a great
He
speech.
saved all his energy for those 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So the ship is going from Pearl Harbor to San Diego, and we see Hayden is an artist. That's that little moment we were just talking about. And then we go to the captain's bridge. They're getting all the gear going, and Chuck, who is like the only adult on board because he's somebody's dad,
Oh
it, like,
yes.
tells them all the story of Pearl Harbor. And this is kind of one
this
of our
man.
first.
This
like,
man was
this
a-
man.
It was a joke character. That's not a real person.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a
You're
joke
silly.
character, but then, I mean, not to spoil anything, he has like a serious moment that was
Yeah.
so tonally like record
Yes.
scratchy.
Yeah.
He is kind of all over the place because he's like proud of his son, but at the same time he's telling his son because his son is
But he's
one of
not.
the,
Is he proud of? He's not proud
Yeah,
of
I
his
don't
son.
think he is.
At the end
Well-
of the movie, he lies.
I don't know.
I didn't
mean,
believe
this is
either.
the thing. Maybe he's not. I don't know. He's like he likes the idea of the
I mean, he
baby,
has
but
a
he doesn't
son.
like the role that his son is doing
Right.
on the
I-
ship. So
yeah,
it's because his
that
son
just
works in the
means he's
kitchen.
not proud at all.
And
Yeah.
so
He's saying that he's proud, but he's not proud. Like, he's like, I should be saying that I'm proud of you, but I'm not really proud of you, but I'm saying it because that's what a dad should say.
well, because then it's weird because like he's there, so I guess he's like. So,
He
I don't
wanted
know.
free food.
Yeah.
Or, you know, he just wanted to tell kids off about Pearl Harbor. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is my chance
He's
where
like,
I educate kids
we go.
about Pearl Harbor. And he had a field day. I mean, it was the most fun he had on set, telling those girls about Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. He
But if a
was like,
strange man walked up to me and like berated me about Pearl Harbor, I'd be like, go away.
can you guys remember what the date was? You're supposed to remember it.
December
December
7th,
7th, 1941.
1941.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Day
Congrats,
to
you
live
guys.
So we got,
I
like,
remember because of the movie.
We've got like displays and activities set up, and Tina and Maddie go to the bridge, and Tina's like drooling over this. I don't even know what rank he was. Somebody that works under.
Oh
he was
yeah,
cute.
I think I wrote down. It's Lieutenant J.G. Hillman.
Oh.
Okay, Zach.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay, Zach, with the
character.
notes. Okay.
We got Tina tripping all over herself.
I get it.
And then Dad and Maddie have a chat, and there's like something going on. He's like, I know something's up with you. I don't know what it is. What's the deal? What's going on? And she's like, you don't understand. And this conversation happens many times. in the
Oh,
movie.
yeah. It's exhausting.
The mom even had the conversation with her. So she's just not acting like herself. There's a paper airplane contest.
Oh, and we already missed a couple times. She's been called a brat, and she's like,
yes,
I'm not
she's
a
called
brat.
a brat a couple
Hates
times,
that.
and she.
I'm not a
she's
brat.
She does not get called da brat. That's somebody totally
Yeah.
different. But she gets called a Navy brat.
Are you
She
the
hates
brat? No, I'm not the brat.
Where does that term come from? I never looked it up or thought about it.
it. Navy brat?
Yeah, like a Navy brat or an Army brat.
Army
There,
brat.
there's just like a whole military lingo that it all just seems to me like, where did that come from? Like tiger. I was like, why tiger for
Yeah.
civilians? I don't understand.
I should have.
Because they're
Dog
dangerous.
machine, but they do kind of explain that one.
The dog
Yeah,
machine
with
makes
dog
sense.
machine.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, there is an ice cream machine on the Disney cruise that's open 24/7 that you can go and just get as much ice cream as you want.
Is it called a dog machine?
No. But it
Is it
is.
better
I think it is
consistency?
located at a place that's like Goofy's ice cream, and Goofy is a dog.
Okay.
Whoa.
So people
Oh
who
my
know, now
gosh!
know.
I'm just now
It's a dog
putting it all
machine.
together.
Yes.
It's his poop.
Wow.
Poop.
Wow. That's very cool. I'm eating.
So Anthony goes to the deck and he's told not to leave his hat on because they're not allowed, and he doesn't listen, and then he loses his hat right away and basically falls off the side of the ship.
Yeah.
That was
It's very.
a little terrified, right? I was like,
So
someone probably dies at that.
But also he does this weird like flappy thing where he's like floating up and his jacket is catching wind.
Oh
and I'm like,
yes.
if I saw this kid, I'd be like, you know what? I don't know him. I'm just gonna do my own thing.
He's looking for danger. It was very scary because he falls off the side and the girls chase after him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's in like the safety net thing, which is still a very precarious situation. I don't think
But he
you're
loves
out of
it. He's
danger.
having a blast.
That
Yeah.
did
He's like
remind me
at
of
the
a
jungle,
moment.
you know.
That did remind me of a moment in Newsies where Jack jumps off what you think is the roof, but then there's like a little level hang or whatever.
Yes,
They're like, oh no! And then he's
Yes.
just in the net.
Did they have that here? That's like the Discovery Zone. Do you remember that place? It's like it was.
Oh,
called the
yeah,
Discovery
DZ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's like those like nettings and things. I was like, so that's what he was having. Yeah, he was having fun. Although to me, I don't know how he got back up. I feel like he could fly
same.
off again.
Right.
He
That's
didn't.
just
That
where
was a
he
ghost the rest of
stays.
the movie.
Yeah.
So, so Hayden talks to her dad about how he's never around and she's tired of being a Navy brat. And then September 10th, 2001,
Oh God.
we learn about the food. We see the Froyo diarrhea. Tina and Grace. Oh, so Grace is Tina's sister, and they kind of have a fight about safety on the deck during the air show because Tina really wants to get up there and take some photos with her really advanced camera, just to like get some up close shots. And Grace
Because
says
she's
no,
proud
that's-
of her sister.
Yeah, she says that, but you can't be there. That's dangerous.
Yeah. And they're like, go to Vulture's Row, which I don't
Right,
know
go
what
to
that is.
Vulture's Row, which I guess is some
Vulture's
sort
Row.
of
Another
observation.
term that we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we cut to Chuck, who's like wandering around the ship. He's having a hard time climbing stairs.
I was so worried for him here.
Well,
Oh my God, Chuck's gonna die.
I mean,
Chuck's gonna
that was so dangerous. Him going up those stairs.
Yeah.
It's like he's gonna die. This man.
and then like he's climbing up a tube too. What
He's
was
definitely
that?
not
like
where he's
there's a
not in
point.
an area he's supposed to be
Yeah.
in.
There's a point where you're like, this isn't right. This is I shouldn't be climbing up a ladder to get somewhere. Like he should have had that moment where he's like, this doesn't seem right.
But he didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't have that.
And
moment. He was
that's-
thinking about Pearl Harbor the entire time.
That's very dad, just going off and doing your own thing. And it's like, Dad, didn't you think this was stupid?
Nope.
So then Bill Pullman tells us about this map he has that looks like little toy planes on a map, but he says they're not toys. They are specifically put where they have to go in order to keep everybody safe and accounted for. But Anthony picks them up and starts like playing around with them, and Bill's like, no, put those back exactly where they were, or someone could die. Like he always is talking about how someone could die if we don't follow safety protocol.
It's true.
Which, yeah.
Yeah, I remember I wrote down Anthony's response. He's like, "It's cool, whatever," and then he walks.
Yeah. And just walked away from there. It's like, are these kids supposed to go to these like boring ass tours of the ship? Because I'd be like, oh no, let me just
Yeah.
hang out by this dog machine.
They-
But he just like walked out like it's like, oh, this isn't mandatory.
Yeah. It seems like they have like an itinerary of things you can attend, and you pick and choose what you want to do.
Right, but it all seems optional.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that fun. I just remembered there's a scene earlier on in the film where there's a kid like grabs the wheel and wants to play with it.
I love that you called it a film, by the way.
Yeah. Barely. He's like playing with the wheel, and then the officer is like, he's like, don't touch that. He's like, let's get back to what we were doing. And it's like he's pointing at like, I don't know, like high-ranking people, like framed photos of high-ranking people on the ship. Like that's what the kids are getting to look at. Like, look at these photos. Like, don't touch this wheel. Look at these photos.
That moment was so funny because it was like kind of casual. You sort of missed it. It wasn't like a big plot point. But these, oh God.
So, okay, so the girls ask the dad, Bill Pullman, if they can go onto the flight deck during the show. He says no, it's super dangerous, but they sneak onto it anyway.
Yeah, because Anthony's like, listen, I know a spot.
Oh man, he's I'm so scared. So
they go up there and then they take pictures, but then they get caught.
And also Chuck gets stuck in the tube.
Chuck. He comes
Chuck's
out of
stuck,
the
kids
floor.
are busted.
He gets out of the floor and all the people are like looking at him. He's like, "Can I get some help here?"
Yeah, no one helps
And they're all
him.
laughing at him, but he's like, dude, you're like 900 feet up.
Yeah.
It's like a maintenance access pipe.
Yeah,
like, it's not just for like.
That's
normal...
why I said there's a point where you're like, this doesn't seem right. I shouldn't be climbing
and
up
to look
this.
at that hole and be like, I could squeeze my body through there, when clearly it is the tiniest hole ever. It's like for a petite person.
I
you know
have
what I mean? It's like,
about that
and
stuff.
still go through it and be like, you know what? I'll be fine.
It reminded me of that ghost scene from Halloween Town where he's in that sweat box.
Yeah. So Bill Pullman and Hayden have another chat, and he's like, this isn't like you. He's worried about her. He tells her about a pilot that they lost because what he does is dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, they do get yelled at by some guy, and the guy in it is the guy from That Thing You Do who plays their first manager in the movie.
Yes.
Gotta point that out because I was like, hey, I know that guy. He's the guy with the what is it? He lives in the
stew.
Yeah, the stew. He has the stew, and then they're like, you sign, we sign, we're all gonna sign.
Yes. At first I thought he was somebody's brother, but he's not because I actually looked it up and now I forget. And I also don't have his name down, but yes, totally That Thing You Do first manager. So the Tiger Cruise has a talent show. Yeah. There's some people doing some dance moves.
Which,
some people, they were all doing it. It's like they were all doing the same talent.
I think do you all remember Kid and Play? I think they did the choreography. They came in one weekend. They taught this.
Again, 1991 hip hop.
It was that
like
style though, right?
Current vibe. Exactly. Yeah, it was all like
go in a circle, tap feet, that sort of. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It was weird. It was like, what in the Joyful Sister Act 2 sequence is this? Like, this is like old. Not to say that, not to say Sister Act 2's Joyful isn't iconic, but these kids probably wouldn't know the reference.
Yeah, well, it's clearly these writers are writing from their experience what they think kids are. This was before TikTok, where you could get a real glimpse into what kids are actually into. But cruises do have talent shows. And
Can anyone compete?
Yeah, anyone can be in it. You just have to sign up.
And is it a contest?
No. Well, not on the Disney cruise because there are no
winners.
Yeah, we're all winners.
Gotcha. So Rachel, it seems like you competed in a couple of that, or performed.
No, I did it once. I did a hip hop dance that I had learned at my studio to Pink's song. What is it? One of her first songs.
You Make Me
There
Sick.
You go.
You Make Me Sick. That one.
As Save the Last
You
Dance.
Make Me Sick. I think I have a video of me performing it at a recital, not on the cruise though. But one girl did show up. She brought her entire clogging outfit on the cruise just for the talent show, and she did a clog routine.
Wow.
Yeah, she had her costume.
Did she do well?
You know.
Oops.
Oh no.
You know.
Hope she's not
Rachel,
listening.
that girl was me.
What?
Oh no.
You look very different. Your hair has changed. You used to be blonde. That's crazy.
I had a little bit of a makeover.
Yeah.
So
You look
Hayden,
great.
Hayden talks to that guy. I already forget his name. Zach, you had it written down. 'cause you're a
Is
better
this the
student than
lieutenant?
I
Oh
am.
yeah, Lieutenant Hillman.
Thank you. He
Yes.
talks to him, and he says, your dad makes it easier for us. He's like a fighter sometimes. And she says, must be nice because he's not around for her.
Wow.
She also complains about spending New Year's Eve for the Millennium in a motel.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And I
They
was
had
thinking
to-
it must have been tough for them because if I remember correctly, because of Y2K, all the Motel 6s went back to Motel Zeros. And that was tough to deal with.
Zach.
Oh, man. Y2K.
Oh my God.
You had that written down. You're like, oh, I
Actually,
can't wait.
I'll be honest, I thought of that in the shower. I didn't like
That's
that.
great. I appreciate it. I'm
Thank you.
happy about it.
Love it.
Oh gosh, Y2, can you? I can't believe Y2K.
It's the millennium.
The
Millennium?
exactly.
We're in it.
So Hayden apologizes for the fight or disagreement, or maybe being on deck earlier. I don't remember.
Yeah.
With her dad, and then he says that they're like strangers, and it's like, well, yeah, you guys don't
'cause
spend time together.
We don't hang out.
And so he's worked his whole life to command a ship, and he's almost got the top job being offered to him. And now she's asking him to give it up, but he says their family means the whole world to him. So he's willing to give it up for them, which to me, I was like, what?
Incredible. Oh, so that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
They live happily ever after.
Yeah, that's right, because he says
The
he's coming home for
end.
good.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Oh,
then,
wait, it's a new day.
September
Oh
11th, 2000.
no.
No, we get to see the happy ending on September 11th, 2001. We see that it's fine.
Oh,
They're
no.
partying.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, no.
Then it
So
becomes
Hayden
another
wakes-
movie.
This you know what this is like? This is a very Sound of Music. After the wedding happens, then
Oh,
all of a sudden they're
yeah.
chased by Nazis. It's like this is
No,
a different film.
This is like Titanic with the two VHSs where
Yes.
you finish.
Yes.
It's like the sunset right before they doink, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, the last happy day.
This is exactly like Mulan, where they're singing "A Man Worth Fighting For," and then they see the war-torn village.
Yes.
Yes.
Then everything becomes super serious, and there's no
Yes.
more singing in
Yes.
Yeah.
Mulan. Zach?
This is exactly like The Room. Johnny has his best friend and his fiance that he loves so much, and then they betray him. Okay, they betray him, and you're like, oh my god, what happened here?
Oh,
It's exactly like all those things. It's what this film is derivative.
Yes.
It's so unoriginal. So Hayden wakes up to alarms going off at 5:15 in the morning. She doesn't know what's going on. They show footage of the Twin Towers, which is like, oh boy, here we go. Okay. They have to be ready for orders, but they need to keep the civilians out of the way. So everything's changing. Everybody's running around, not really sure what's going on. And Bill Pullman makes an announcement about what happened / is happening. And this is where he gives like one of his first big speeches about
his
it.
Independence Day speech.
Yeah.
Gives that.
Like, it feels like very Mad Libs version of the Independence Day
Ooh,
speech.
yeah.
Yeah.
They replace the specifics with what's going on here. And so, gosh, poor Anthony's watching TV because, as we know, he's from New York. So this is affecting him even on a different level than everybody else who's already panicked. And Chuck wants to know about what's going on at the Pentagon because he has a brother who works at the Pentagon. And Hayden is comforting crying children, and all the aircraft have been suspended, so we can't get anybody on board home easily who lives, somewhere other than San Diego. So that's what's going on.
We get a glimpse of like Hayden's like dramatic acting
Yeah.
in this part, because she is really letting us have the tears.
Yes.
Yeah.
The serious I mean, she's really giving you.
Yes.
It's a shame this wasn't an actual movie released in theaters, or else it would be Oscar nominated.
Sure.
For sure.
I just realized this is when her caricatures switched to like more portraits, like dramatic portraits.
Yeah. She was doing caricatures
Wow.
before
Yeah.
for everyone.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I have-
This is deep.
I have a question which no one has the answer to, I assume, but there's this weird little aside during one of these scenes when they're talking about 9/11, what happened, and then Chuck is like, I know who did it. And then there's like nothing else about that. And I was like, what? What was
Yes,
that? What did that mean?
exactly. Yes.
Who is he so certain? But they don't explore that anymore.
Do you
like,
think
that's
maybe
weird.
they like edited it out and there was like
Maybe.
something racist or something?
Maybe, yeah.
That it was weird because I think he does that, and does somebody else say like, "No, you don't"?
Yeah.
But it's like
They
I
shut
don't
him
know,
down right away.
like we don't know what anyone's
Yeah.
talking about.
I'm glad.
I
they
mean,
didn't-
we know.
Yeah.
We know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's not said in the film, but we know what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a very strange moment. I do remember that.
Chuck makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah.
that? I get nervous about what he's gonna say.
Totally.
Yes.
I'm
He
positive
got me
it's not
nervous when he
good.
started talking to these girls about Pearl Harbor. I was
Yeah.
like, uh-oh, this man, I'm a little wary.
Honestly, he got me nervous when he asked the kid, the really young kid. He's like, "Hey, do you wet your bed at night?" I was like, "Don't ask that kid." Like, who are you?
That is so weird. The grown
just,
man
like-
is sharing
Yeah.
a bunk bed with that little kid.
Right, I know.
But the kid got him back because
did.
he was like,
Yeah,
"Only when I
because he's
drink
like,
soda."
only if I drink soda, and he's drinking a big soda. Yeah, Chuck makes me nervous, like that guy that you know that you're like, he's gonna say something offensive,
Yeah.
and I gotta be,
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to like say something. But yeah, I also got upset every time he went in the kitchen to see his son, and like he was like,
It felt
"You're
like he shouldn't
baking
be
right
there.
now,
Yeah.
while this is happening."
Like, do they have health codes in the Navy kitchens? Because I felt like
Totally.
They certainly know.
The
They
kids were
certainly
in there
know.
too. I was like, "Come
Yeah.
on, everyone."
It really felt like this ship was just like you could everything. There were no, because also it seemed like all the bedrooms were in the hallway. So like there is no rooms. They're all just hallways. So like the kitchen is a hallway that you have to walk through in order to get somewhere else.
yeah, everything's all access, and you got to go through everybody's personal space.
Yeah.
So,
It's like those what are those the railroad apartments in New York
Yeah.
City where you have to walk through other people's rooms in order to get to your room. Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Yikes. So, and on a ship, oh my gosh, you got to go through every single room to get to the other end. It's a lot of rooms. So, September 12th, 2001. So, Anthony's upset because he knows people who worked in the Twin Towers and they get word from the Pentagon that Chuck's brother is missing. And so Hayden and Chuck have a heart-to-heart. I don't remember what they say. There are a lot of
Either
heart-to-hearts.
I do remember though when Hayden comes over to Anthony and like throws the portrait at him. I was like, "Why are you so down?" Basically, and I was like, "I think he's got a good reason." Like,
I think so too.
Very understandable.
Yeah. I felt awful.
Because there's a scene where, because the whole thing with Hayden is that she seems to be like a child whisperer. Like all these kids
Yes.
suddenly flock to her, like she's
Yeah.
some sort of sad
She's like
magnet.
the mother
it's like
hen.
very bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, is there an element of magic in this movie where she just can like soothe the children that are like sad? Also, like,
yeah,
why,
a child
it was
lands on her
very
finger
strange.
like a magical bird.
Yeah, because it was weird that she like immediately with the kid who is her actual brother in real life,
Yeah.
she just like immediately became like older sister to him.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and then at one point she asked Tina to watch him, but he's not her responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very much like the nanny of all those kids. She was like
Yeah.
the matron saint of children post 9/11 or something.
It was interesting. There was no adults basically, but we did see some scenes where there were some adults that were there. Plus, there's so many people in the Navy that are on there. I'm like, there's got to be someone to watch these kids, but they're like, nah, Hayden's got it.
And I think maybe like the reasoning is like all hands on deck, so to speak. But like
Yeah.
it's like you don't have people just like taking care of kids for your Tiger Cruise. Like
I would think
that's
so.
not a job. Like that
Yeah.
feels so weird and irresponsible to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
agree.
need someone to at least be like a counselor, like camp counselor kind of thing.
I bet there
Yeah.
was like an age limit. You have to be a certain age because you are going to be basically by yourself in order to go
Wow.
on those cruises.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
know the rules though.
But some of these kids were teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real young kid, Hayden's real life brother. I was like, that seems too young to be on this thing.
Exactly. Yeah, he felt like what?
Because he was like,
7, 8?
"Mommy, where's my mommy?"
Yeah.
the whole time.
Goo goo gaga, never forget.
Mama.
So Hayden draws her dad, and they found a way to get the tigers home, and only her dad could have done that. They say, like, this guy, He's the real deal.
He's Bill Pullman.
He's Bill Pullman. Couldn't do it without him.
Love him.
So the kids go to the mess hall and they eat cupcakes and then they perform Stomp in the kitchen.
Oh my God. All that clicketing and clacketing right next to like hot steam coming out. I was like, one of these kids is going to get his face melted off.
It was very Tarzan, Trash in the Camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to point out to the guy playing Danny, who's the chef boy, as you call him.
Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee.
It was funny because they used actual clips of him like drumming on the thing, and he did not have that rhythm. He was like,
No, not at all. Not at all. Exactly.
I was like, whoops.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Poor Danny. I feel bad for Danny. He
I
just wants
do
to.
I thought,
character as
here's
well.
the thing. I thought Danny was very, very attractive.
Yeah,
I had
he's
a huge
cute.
crush on Danny.
I had a crush on him when he was in D2 The Mighty Ducks.
who did he
Rodeo
play in
drive.
D2?
The
Rodeo
cowboy.
Drive.
The one who lassoed people.
I mean, I asked like I've seen the movie. I've
You've got to watch it. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, fun fact about this scene. Apparently, after the scene in the bakery where they're banging on pots, it
That's
took
a
3
bakery?
months of thorough cleaning to finally get the space back to naval health standards. So I guess they do have health standards in
Whoa.
the Navy.
Wait, what did they do?
3
in there? 3
months.
That's what it says. I don't know what they were
All
doing
they did was
for that.
clack around with spoons. What the hell?
Maybe because when they filming, they had to like move
They were
stuff
drinking
around.
too many sodas, and that one kid peed everywhere.
Yes.
Sterilization took 3 months.
Yeah.
That's why all the shots were from the waist up.
Yeah.
I see, I
He
see.
was like, oh no.
I blame
So all
Chuck
the-
too.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had a lot to do
Chuck.
with
Chuck had something to do with it.
Yeah,
The
Chuck.
character and the actor
Yeah.
that played it.
I get nervous around Chuck.
So all of them say it feels weird to laugh, feels good, which yeah, that's that's a very much a thing. And so September 13th, off the coast of San Diego. They are almost back, and Hayden suggests they do one more activity, and that is unfurling the flag. And so they all do it, and then Daddy Bill makes a speech about their strength, and they all hug each other goodbye. And then Hayden says, maybe she was wrong. Maybe she doesn't want her dad to quit. And then, all of a sudden, she's proud to be called a brat.
I'm proud to be a brat. Where at least I know I'm a brat.
And that is the end.
Wow.
Yay.
By the way, this is just by coincidence. My dad was in the Navy,
Oh, wow.
but I'm not a Navy brat. Okay, so don't call me that. But no, I literally was.
But
not,
are you a tiger?
I'm a tiger. I was literally not a brat because he was already out of the service by the time he had me. So.
Ah, gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I brought look at these cool pictures of my dad. Sorry, I can't. On the podcast you can't see.
cool.
That's him.
Oh, very cool. That's Bill Pullman.
It is Bill Pullman give a speech.
Your
And
dad
then
is
later
Cool.
so this was back in like 1970. For a short period, they allowed beards in the Navy, which is not something you can generally do.
Oh, really? Beards weren't allowed?
They're usually not allowed, but I asked him. It's Admiral Zumwalt was some guy that allowed it for a short period of time, but I think they're not allowed again.
Thank you for sharing those pics.
Thank you.
Holy moly.
If you're listening, you can also watch a video version of this podcast and get a look at these pics that we
Excellent.
just saw.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool. That's very cool. Also
Thank
about
you.
the
Wow,
beard.
wow,
So funny
wow,
how they
wow,
can just be like,
wow.
we're gonna allow it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Disney recently was like, yeah, you guys can have beards now, but they have to be clean beards. For a long time, if you were a cast member at Disney, you couldn't have a beard, any facial hair.
Ooh.
Interesting. Even so, someone inside of a costume was not allowed to have a beard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially.
Yeah, because
So the beard hair would get stuck in the costume and then you'd
first
be
of
Mickey
all-
Mouse forever.
I don't know what you mean by costume because,
sorry.
I don't know what I'm talking
but
about.
The
also
skin
like,
of.
The
like
friends of
if you're
the
if you're
costume
friends
characters?
of those costume characters, you could be any. You could also be a non-costume, like a face friend. So like you'd have to be ready.
Oh, you could be more than one.
Oh, I see.
You know
I
what
see.
I
So you
mean?
can have many friends.
You can have many friends, like
Mhm,
like
gotcha.
friends in costumes, friends that have nice faces. So like.
I just had a fun thought. What if Mickey Mouse now grows out a beard?
Oh,
Oh,
Can you
the
imagine?
That
mouse.
would be
With
very
the beard?
funny.
that would be weird.
A whole
It'd be
new
like
rebrand.
like a furry faced mouse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, it's funny how like why does some of his hair grow so much longer than other
Right.
parts? of
That's
his hair?
it's a good
I
question.
guess he.
Oh, right, because he has black fur everywhere except for his face, which means
true.
does he have a shaved face?
But also,
Maybe.
like eyebrows are like that. Like
I
eyebrows
can't
are
think about
shorter.
this.
Yeah.
Right, but then
He
like
does
'cause
have eyebrows,
he must shave
sometimes.
his forehead and his cheeks to see that, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was wait. So that part is skin, but then the rest of him is fur.
Right.
I
So
think
he's
so.
gonna have to keep but what if he stops shaving
Guys,
and then his
I
whole
know.
face is fur?
Oh my
I
god.
can't.
First-
I can't
first
think of
skin
this. I
fur?
can't.
If anyone could draw a bearded Mickey for us, we'd love to see it.
I'm sure
Please.
there's a Google. I am sure if I
Please.
Googled bearded Mickey, I could find something.
Oh, I bet there's got to be some fan art. I think.
Yeah.
Listen, there's all kinds of stuff on the internet. And I'm going to leave it at that. So, what is the moral of the story? What would you say is
Oh
the
my God.
takeaway of Tiger Cruise?
Oh, I think she says it at the end where she's like, "I am a brat." That's
Yes.
that's my takeaway. We are brats.
It is. I also
All of us?
Yeah.
also when right before she says that when she tells Bill Pullman not to quit his job, I wrote down paid for by the Parents of Navy Brats Association because I think that's what this movie was about. It was like to kind of sell it on the idea to Navy kids to be like, hey, this is
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Yes. They're like, look how cool the Navy
Yes,
is.
yeah.
Don't you want your parents to? Don't you yourself want to be in the Navy,
Oh
Tina?
my gosh, it's a
Yeah,
recruitment film. Ew.
Tina, by the way, Tina,
Ew, 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 ew.
I felt so bad for her at the very end. Her sister was like, oh, nice, Mickey.
That is weird. That's like Duck Dynasty beer.
When
Oh
Tina was like saluting her sister, and her sister was like, no, you got to do this, and she gave her all these pointers. It's like, oh my god, she spent so much time practicing, and she's still.
I know, she's just wrong. I'm getting shut down.
Yeah.
It's so
Lord.
embarrassing.
Tina can't win. Honestly,
Right.
that's a lesson for me. Just Tina can't win. If
I
you
know.
Tina, you can't win.
You guys, I don't know.
That's
this is
fine.
a stumper.
And
What
that's
is the
okay.
moral?
That's fine. There is no
you know,
moral to this story. It
Yeah.
was
Even
it
well,
wasn't
okay,
a lesson.
how about sometimes you think you're going on a cruise,
Uh-huh.
but you're not.
Oh, that is very
okay.
relatable because last year I thought I was going on a cruise in May and then I didn't end up going on that cruise.
See,
Yeah.
there you go.
Of the pandemic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Never
She tried,
forget,
Oscar. She
right?
tried.
Yeah. I was like, this isn't a cruise. This is just a boat.
Yeah. I was very upset.
Oh, no. Yeah, but
okay.
sometimes happens.
Let's cast ourselves. Who would we play in Tiger Cruise if we had to play a character?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh boy,
Okay.
there were a lot of
Oh my
characters in this one.
gosh.
Yeah.
Here's the
Oh,
thing.
Lord.
Okay, so I don't like him at all, but I would love to see Zach trying to get around a ship like Chuck did.
Oh, for just like comic hijinks.
Yeah.
That would be fun if there were
Yeah.
more like secret passageways and things.
Yeah. I do like that. Yeah.
But I don't think you're Chuck, so I'll think
Thank
of
you.
something else.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You're a new character that is just constantly finding trapdoors and secret rooms.
You know what? You would play Chuck, but like you make him a lot nicer. Like there's just a lot nicer or a lot weirder in a cool way. You know
I
what
think I'd want to go weird for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. I think that's the correct casting. For
All
sure.
right. I like it.
Let's see. Rachel, you would play the little brother.
Yes, because I do always go and get ice cream all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Eating is my favorite part of a cruise, so that's it.
It's honestly the best. I mean, oh, yum yum yum. Claire, you would play. Let's see. You would play.
Oscar.
I want to see you'll be Bill Pullman in this one.
Nice.
You're gonna be Bill
Wow.
Pullman.
Speeches,
Wow.
For sure. I
That's-
feel like you can
I'm
hold a
honored.
speech.
So Claire, if you want
Your
to show up for
eloquence.
just like 10% of the days that we're shooting,
Exactly.
and do your
Just
two
give us the
speeches.
bare minimum.
Yeah.
I'll save my energy.
Yeah.
Literally
Just
just
let me know.
reading lines
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. Can you put this on a prompter? I'm not memorizing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a flex. They needed Bill Pullman, and Bill Pullman
Uh-huh.
was like, y'all need me for this.
Yes, they
Is
did.
that why so many of the scenes were the same scene over
It
and
was
over?
right.
Uh-huh.
They did so many of
Yeah.
that one scene.
He said,
the talk.
literally
basically.
said one thing 500 times.
Okay, Oscar. Let's see. Oscar.
Come on, there's a right answer here.
Oh, is there a right answer? Or do you want to be
Oh,
Danny
no.
in the doing the?
Oh my God, I didn't think of Danny, but I'll take Danny.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
take that
curious. So, what
Mustang.
is the? Because I remember you said
The right
Oscar
answer
always
is
has
always
something, yeah.
very difficult to
Os-
guess.
I'm definitely one of the paper planes that.
I was gonna say you're one of the
Hot internet
caricatures.
by a kid.
I'm the,
Ooh,
I'm
one
the
of the
char-
caricatures.
You know, I'm the TV that Anthony watches when
my.
he's watching news of
Yeah.
Oh, what
9/11,
about
and they're like, "You play a movie."
You're
you
the
could
little
be the kid
sister.
who's like, make me Arnold.
Oh yeah, I remember that kid. Yeah.
You are that
I'm that
kid.
kid. I am that kid.
Make me Arnold, because Arnold was big in 2004.
Oh, so big. So big.
Was he?
Probably not.
When was the
Absolutely
Batman movie?
Yeah, that was like
Batman and
97
Robin?
or 98.
In like 98?
Yeah.
It's funny how references like that last for a while and are like so solid. Like Arnold was such a solid reference for so long, and now
Yeah.
it's like The
Well,
Rock
it's
or something
'cause
is that
The
instead.
internet has changed the way that things are because trends are so quick. Something that's big today will be forgotten by like next week. Whereas
You're
like back in
right.
the day, it was like things were like big for so long. That's why Paris Hilton was like such a cultural thing for so long.
Paris.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I barely remember what a dab is.
Yeah.
Remember when dabs were a thing?
Yeah. What is
That,
it?
What was that? Yesterday?
Come on, Oscar,
Oh,
you
no.
can do it. Oscar,
Oh no. Oh no.
Come on.
Oh, is that going to do a dab?
I forgot.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
close.
forgot.
I don't remember how
Close,
close.
so close.
Oh gosh, it was so long ago.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a woe is anymore because that's not
Oh,
the Joey one?
Yeah.
woe.
Whoa.
That's true. Like TikTok makes trends 1 week long,
Yeah.
and that
We'll
kind of is
move
part
on
of the culture.
so quickly.
I know.
Just
Yeah.
like
You know, but we
We should move on.
forget trends, but
Oh.
we can never forget Tiger Cruise.
yeah.
Never.
Ever.
I
Um,
won't. This is
So, and speaking of never forgetting, let's talk about our Zaddy watch.
Yes.
Okay, now this one, I mean, come on. There is a dad here, and his name is Bill Pullman.
There's a
Where
Zad-
does he rate on the Zaddy scale?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Is
this-
he a total Zaddy?
Yeah,
Is he just
well-
a dad? Is he a father?
Yeah,
Ugh.
you know how you have your platinum zaddy is Mr. What's his face?
Mr. Sheffield.
That's it. My platinum zaddy is Bo Pullman.
No flaws.
So
No flaws.
no
Okay.
plus.
Flaws.
Flaws.
Oh, I thought you said like platinum plus. Like we had a new level. I was like, oh bro, oh boy, platinum plus. Okay, so I agree. I'm gonna say platinum zaddy. However, I do want to give a little caveat. I think it's a little bit of like a Leo's Oscar scenario where I'm considering all of the other things I've seen Bill Pullman in. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not necessarily from this movie in particular.
I'm thinking of specifically of him and While You Were Sleeping in those jeans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Great jeans.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Zach, we rate every dad in the DCOM universe, and we have a Zaddy scale.
Yeah.
And it ranks like the best is platinum Zaddy.
Okay.
Then you have golden Zaddy. Then you have silver Zaddy, bronze Zaddy. Then you have daddy, dad,
That's just like
and
and
father.
father.
Oh,
And father's just
father's
like
the
You're a
dad.
bad
Father's the
dad.
worst.
Like
Father's-
you're an
So
absent
where
dad
would Bill
who's bad.
Pullman in Tiger Cruise rank for you?
Okay. Yeah. So I'll go along with what everyone's saying and say we'll say platinum zaddy, but he's the platinum zaddy that he sleeps on the couch most of the time. You're like he's tired. He's taking naps. But then when he wakes up for like a couple hours every week, you're like I love this guy. He's great. He's so fun to be around. It's a partial platinum zaddy.
That's really brilliant, actually. That's great and completely accurate. Yeah, I'm gonna give Bill Pullman Zaddy, platinum Zaddy. I'll give him platinum.
Wow.
You don't have
He's
to.
not Mr.
Oscar.
Sheffield. He's not Mr. You know what? No, I'm gonna give him gold.
Yeah, don't.
Because he's not. Bill Pullman in this is not hot. He's not hot. He's Bill
But
Pullman.
that's what I
He's-
yeah.
I know he's hot in While You Were Sleeping. He's hot in Newsies, but for this, no, he's not. He's just like,
He's just there.
he's sort of tired and just there. But he's also Bill Pullman, so he's not gonna rank any lower than gold. So for this reason, and again, he's no Mr. Sheffield.
I gotta ask, who is
he's
Mr.
getting Mr. Sheffield from the nanny.
From the
The
nanny.
dad from
Oh,
the
okay,
nanny.
okay.
He was in a decom
was-
called Mom's
Yeah,
Gotta Do It with
but-
a Vampire and also Get a Clue.
Yeah,
clue,
but he
yes.
didn't like bread, so he's not a platinum zaddy.
Well,
Yeah. For me,
He
he's
didn't
the
like
gold.
garlic
he's
bread, yeah,
he's
he's
the
a
platinum
vampire. He's a
standard.
vampire.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so for that reason, he gets a gold zaddy status.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very high-ranking zaddy.
Yeah.
Very, like, unanimously
Yeah.
the hottest zaddy there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
In
normally
DComs.
go very high on the zaddy scale. 'Cause
There's still a zaddy out there, though.
I
That
hope
I'm thinking
so.
of.
I truly hope so.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time to rank Tiger Cruise out of 5
Poop.
caricatures. Oh, no, yeah, I like that. Yeah, dog machine poops. How many dog machine poops do you give Tiger Cruise? I'll start.
Okay.
This is getting 1. Surprising no one at all. I mean, the audacity to make a 9/11 decom is like unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this movie was made. And it straddled the line in a way that I didn't like. It was silly and serious, and it was trying to do everything at once and not being successful in anything. It's not getting 0 because just the audacity that it exists gives it 1 dog machine poop. But other than that, and you know what? I would. Hayden is really trying to elevate this movie, but it's just not working for me. So 1 dog machine poop.
Yeah, I'm also giving this a 1 dog machine poop because I feel like it was like, what was the point of this movie? Like, there was no. It was like it felt gross. This movie that they were like, let's do a movie about 9/11 because then we can really just pull at people's heartstrings because everyone knows what we're talking about. It's gonna feel that way about like any COVID movies that come out. After this.
Oh my god, a COVID decom?
Yeah, there's gonna be so many.
They're writing one.
Yeah,
right now.
they're like any movie where it's like, what was the point? What was the point of reliving some of this trauma? Like, what are you trying to tell us? And there wasn't anything new that we really learned other than what a Tiger Cruise was. But you could have just had a movie about Tiger Cruises and not made it based on 9/11. I thought it was very cheap. And I'd rather see an actual cruise movie where people are on a cruise.
But didn't it feel like a weird patriotism commercial though?
Yeah, but that was the whole country at the time. Everything was like, we love America, blah 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 blah. That was everything at that time. So it just felt like, what's new that you're trying to tell us here? And there wasn't anything new other than we got Bill Pullman in a decom to recreate his president character from Independence Day. Like, it just wasn't anything special or fun or different, and it felt like it felt like that end of that Robert Pattinson movie where they were like, surprise, it was 9/11 the whole time. Anyway, yeah, so 1 dog machine poop ice cream.
Do you want to go?
I don't. You can go if you know.
I have a hard time with this one because it's so weird. It is true. It's like 2 tones. It's like we did this one decom thing in the beginning, and then all of a sudden we sideswiped you with this other nonsense. And because of that, it's not like, so it wasn't like unwatchably bad. But once it got to that, the September 11th, it was really like weird and cringy and like, why are we doing this? So I did like the cast, so it gets definitely 1 poop for that. If it were just a regular decom about a cruise, so like you said, or like a Tiger Cruise, that would be super fun. We could have like hijinks and antics and stuff. So I guess I'll leave it at 1 too, because it doesn't. Yeah, it is strange. It's a strange thing and strange timing too. That only a few years later they were like, this is great. We need to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna give it 1.5.
Why so high?
He loves ice cream.
Actually, similar to what everyone said, but especially just now, Claire said, I didn't hate the movie initially. Like, it wasn't really my cup of tea, but I was like, it is kind of fun and unique in a way. It's like this one little aspect of naval culture that I don't know if there's another movie that exists about that. And I think there was maybe a movie there that's kind of fun and all right. But I didn't like the shift 2/3 of the way in. I was like, what movie? This was like 3 years after 9/11. I was like, I can't believe they made this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's not what the film is really about. That's what, like, I guess really bothered me about it more than anything else.
Yeah.
This is about a girl and her dad, and she's like, I don't like being a Navy brat, and I don't want you to do this. I want time with you again. And they made that like the backdrop to that whole thing. I was like all those scenes where she was like walking into the room when they're like, hey, 9/11's happening, and she's like, hey, dad. I was like, well, I think he's busy right now. I was like, I want to talk about our family relationship. I was like, it's not the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll give it half. I'm gonna go backwards. Actually, I'm gonna give it half.
Wait, what? Not even one?
You know, let's split the difference. I'm gonna join you all with one. Yeah, let's go with one. Yeah.
You really couldn't decide how much ice cream you wanted.
Yeah.
I know.
It is tricky because it does feel like two different ideas or two different movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the 9/11 thing in it, probably would have gotten higher for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but even like without the 9/11 stuff, the stuff that was happening in the cruise seems so boring to me.
Yeah.
It's like looking at people's pictures on the wall.
That's true.
And like catching paper airplanes on a net. I'm like, are you serious?
That's why it needed
This
to
is
be
what's fun?
an actual cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, like why not? Let's have like, oh my God, like let's see the Tiger Cruise talent show. Why did we not get to see the actual talent show?
That would be very fun.
Even for a
That
little
would've
bit.
been fun.
Why did we see the rehearsal of the talent show? That to me was like a huge error. It's like, no.
Yeah.
This is a one dog poop movie and that's all it's gonna be.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a Disney cruise movie. And it'll be like episodes of ABC shows that go to Disney World. So it'll just be fun. Like, we'll just be watching the characters do fun stuff on a cruise ship.
Sure, it's gonna be fun, but 2/3 of the way through, it's gonna be like COVID-19
Oh,
hits,
no!
and you're gonna be like, "No, wait, what happened? I
Then
don't
they have
want to
to-
watch this film."
They have to turn the ship around and quarantine in their staterooms.
Oh, no.
Halfway through, Y2K hits.
Yeah.
Everything is at 0.
Their motel
Y2K
changes.
hits, but it's an alternate reality where everything does turn
Yeah.
off.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Yes. See, I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we did it. We watched Tiger Cruise. Do we feel different? Do we feel changed? Do we feel like we learned about Pearl Harbor, 9/11, and everything in between?
If you want to watch a movie and learn about Pearl Harbor, it's Tiger Cruise.
It's not Pearl Harbor.
I know.
It's
Tiger Cruise. I mean, I guess I did
Oh
learn
my
what a
gosh.
Tiger Cruise is. I didn't know what that is. I never heard of it
Yeah.
before.
That's true.
Yeah.
I loved seeing the ship. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, the ships are cool.
But, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. The ship and not the green screen
Right.
version of the ship.
So I guess I could just watch a documentary about
I
Yeah.
guess
naval
you're
ships.
right.
Yeah.
Zach, thank you so much for joining us on Inside the Disney
Yes,
Vault.
Thank you for
Thank
having me.
Where can people find you? What are you working on right now?
I mean, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Real Zach Olsen, RealZachOlsen. And I'll also plug my podcast that I co-host with Charlie Mihelic. It's Baywatch Watch. We're on Instagram, Twitter, at Baywatch Watch. And we cover
Y'all
every
watching
episode of
Baywatch?
Every episode of Baywatch. And there's a bunch of them.
Where are you up to right now? Baywatch?
We just started season 3 like a couple episodes ago. So Pamela Anderson has now joined the cast.
Wow.
For a
How
long
many
time-
seasons are there?
There's like 9 or something like that.
Oh,
It's a lot. And there's a
wow.
spin-off called
Okay.
Baywatch Nights.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one I'm familiar with.
And then you got to watch the movie.
You got to watch the
You
movie.
got your
Yeah.
work, got your work cut out
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
Ooh,
Yes.
is that the Zac Efron one?
Yes, yes. And there's also like
I
I
love
think
it.
1 or 2 TV movies that they did with
Oh,
like the
boy.
original cast. So
Wow. So you got a lot of So you'll be doing
for the rest of my
your
life.
Baywatch podcast just as long as we've been doing Inside the Disney.
Yeah,
Vault.
probably
Yes.
actually. Like, yeah, it's a lot, right? It's pretty comparable, I think, because it's like 22 episodes per season.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa!
That's so
oh my God,
many.
that's longer than an actual
Oh,
season.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 But it's a fun,
Okay.
stupid
Wow.
show to watch. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's
yes,
so great. Zach, thank you for being with us. Do you
Thank
want
you.
to continue on in the vault, or would you like to stay in this area?
I'm Tiger Cruise for life, but I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna-
Well, you
Zach
can
is a
cruise
Navy
somewhere
brat.
else,
Let's
I
leave
guess.
him.
yeah, no, I'll walk around, I guess too.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you
having
all
me.
so much for listening. I'm Claire.
I'm Oscar.
And I'm Rachel.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, thank you so much for listening to the Tiger Cruise episode of Inside the Disney Vault. Zach, thank you again for being Zach is joining us at the bump, which is very exciting. This is the first time a guest has joined us
Cruising
for the
right
bump.
along.
I'm having a great time.
Yay! But I'm curious, and I'm sure Zach is also curious. What movie are we rolling on to next week?
Halloween Town High.
Ooh.
Zach, you're
Number
welcome
3.
to watch Halloween Town High as well.
Okay, I might have to check it out.
We know
Where
you're
can
into
you
decoms
watch
now.
it?
I am. Is it naval based?
No.
You know, I can't say for certain. But
I'll consider it then.
I mean, Halloween Town High is the 3rd installment in the Halloween Town franchise.
Yes.
And as we've learned earlier, Zach, you've only seen Tiger Cruise.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear what your take is on the 3rd one, not knowing anything from Halloween Town.
Yeah.
But if you're like Zach and like me who want to watch the movie, how could we watch it?
Well, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, and if I want to reach out to Inside the Disney Vault to talk about Halloween Town High and compare it to the other Halloween Town movies, how would I do that?
a couple different ways. We've got an Instagram at Inside the Disney Vault. We've got a Twitter at ITDV Podcast. End of suggestions. Well, also we have a Patreon if you want more content, including video content, so you can see what we look like when we're talking. You can go to patreon.com/Inside the Disney Vault for that.
Wow. So Zach, are you gonna do all those things next
I'm
week?
gonna do all those things. You know what? I'm gonna watch Halloween Town High. 3? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Halloween
should
Town
really
High.
watch
Definitely
the
start
third.
with the third one.
No,
I think that could be fun.
No, don't. No, you gotta watch
I got
the
2 votes
first
for
one.
yes, 1 vote for no. I'm sorry, Rachel.
We're going to take you on the weirdest decom journey from
Exactly.
Tiger Cruise.
No.
Yeah.
So I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I
Hi, I'm Michelle Veray.
And I'm Kimberly Trung, and we are the host of Crush Fictionally, a podcast all about your favorite fictional characters from movies, TV shows, and more.
Each episode, we pick a theme, curate a list of characters that we love, why we love them, and some fun facts about the people who created them.
So if you've ever felt a true connection with a fictional character,
Tune in to Crush Fictionally on Campfire Media.
or wherever you find your podcast.
Campfire.